is your tool for survival. You see, the school that we are going and all the education that we are getting, the most important thing is that we should be able to get a skill at the end of the day. Your life from now will be determined by how tough your mental is. So don't give a fuck about anybody. In fact, don't care about what people, because see, you are the architect of your own life.
Right.
You are the only one who knows where you are going.
Everybody wants to make it, but then people don't normally talk about how tiring sometimes the journey can be. 1 minute you feel like you're on the right path, the next minute you're so confused. You start to question yourself, you start to question your circle. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the Four Minds podcast. This is where young people meet to have intriguing conversations about life, about the successes in life, about relationship, about finances, and everything as far as your wealth and your well-being is concerned as a youth. On this episode, we are going to be talking to resource people who are going to give us an in-depth knowledge on life and about things you have to know as a youth. My name is Nana Ebo, of course, with Double H at the back, aka Mr. Good News. When you hear my name, you know that I'm bringing good news to the people. Right? If you're trying to figure life out, just know that this is the right space for you. Now, when we say mindful, you respond for your mind, change your life. Now, in today's episode, which is the first episode, I have here with me the board chairman of Earth Dreams Entertainment. Now, remember on Nankasa introduction, kakra, yes, I won't force him to do all the introduction. But then the rest, remember, he will mention his name and then do the rest of the introduction for us. So, hello, sir.
Hi.
You're welcome to Four Minds podcast.
Thank you.
Right, so sir, please a little introduction before we get straight into it.
Yes, my name is Enoch Otiamponsa.
Right.
Most people call me Waxy Billion.
Okay.
Waxy 100 billion.
Yes, Waxy 100 billion.
Yes. I'm a mineral processing engineer by profession.
Right.
Yeah, so that's me.
Right, and the board chairman of Earth Dreams Entertainment, medical care, and also so. Yes, so on this podcast, we, like I said earlier, we get interactive and then we ask some of the questions that most young people out there didn't get the opportunity to ask people. Some of them feel lost and other things. And then you being here, we hope that by the end of this episode, we'll have very important information from you and then get all the resources we need. So let's start quickly. Started quickly. So I want to know how everything began for you right from the scratch. Was it easy? Was it difficult? How was everything when you started live and you getting into the job you do right now and even Earth Dreams Entertainment? Today's episode is brought to you by Asalme's Home Touch, your one-stop shop for kitchen appliances and cookware. Rotec Core and Ice Gadgets.
Yes, it hasn't been easy at all. I'm the second born of a family of 9.
Nice.
7 boys, 2 girls, yes.
Whoa.
My father was just a teacher.
Okay.
And my mother was a housewife. So you can imagine. Yes. So, but my father was a teacher, so he gave us a very solid foundation in the house. He used to teach us in the house. So, and then growing up, he used to jump me a lot.
Okay.
So at the age of 10, I had completed JSS.
10?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, I had completed JSS. So I didn't go to class 6. I didn't go to class 4. Like, he just jumped us like that.
He just didn't jump you. He jumped you because you were brilliant and you could match. Or he jumped you because he wanted to jump you.
Oh, yes, I could catch up. So, yes.
Okay.
I was good. So,
okay. All right. So let's move from that side to this angle. Growing up, did you always had a dream, like something you wanted to be when you grow up, or you just lived and then life came and you accepted what came to you?
Okay, well, so because I was saying they used to jump me, I didn't know anything, and all I knew was that I was just going to school.
All right.
So I would just be in maybe class 4. And then they will say, go to class 6.
Okay.
And then I'll jump. I went to JSS1. Then they register me, go and write BEC. Then I go to write. I went to the SS, and I didn't know where all this school was actually going. So I didn't have any plan. In fact, I think my father chose general arts for me.
Okay.
But after I had completed, I wrote in first year. So my father was still contemplating as to whether he should allow me to go straight to the SHS or I should still stay in JSS and complete with my mates.
Yeah.
So my father didn't decide early enough. So by the time he had decided, the school had already done with all their admissions. So I went late. And when I went, the headmaster said the only available class for me was a science.
Okay.
But my father wanted me to do general arts.
Okay.
So the headmaster said it's only science that is available. And then looking at his grades, I have believed that he'll be able to offer science.
Right.
So let him do science.
Right.
So I just got into science and then I was in it, doing it without knowing anything. But when we were in final year, my mother took me to our hometown. At that time, one of my uncles had built a house that he was dedicating to the family.
Okay.
And when I went, they were praising my uncle. Like at that time, I was around 15 years old. Yes, they were praising my uncle that, oh, he's a rich man, he has money and all that. So I started thinking, how does people get rich?
Right.
And can I also get rich like my uncle?
At that age,
yes, at that age, yes. That was
around 15.
Yes, around 15 years. So I started thinking. And then I reflected and I said, no, my mother has given birth to like 6. At that time, we were 6 boys. The last one hadn't come. My mother has given birth to 6 men. So can all 6 of us be like my uncle? If we are able to do that, then it means we can have a very nice family.
Right.
So in fact, that was the first time that I got triggered to start looking into careers and then start reading about how to make money.
Right.
And then coincidentally, around the same time, a friend made me watch another movie called Billionaires Club.
Okay.
So, in fact, my name Billion comes from that movie, Billionaires Club.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The leader was called the Billion.
Okay.
So, I was so intrigued about how these people were displaying money and all that. But you see, in that movie, their money wasn't from a very good source.
Yeah.
So, I started thinking, is there a way to make money without having to go through all these rituals and all that? That was when I started reading about world richest people.
Right.
So I started reading, and then as at that time, Bill Gates was the richest person.
Right.
He was like $80 billion rich. So I said to myself that I would be richer than Bill Gates. So if he is $80 billion, then I will be 100 billion.
Oh, okay. So that's where the 100 billion is coming from.
Yes.
Right. So this question is that I want you to be very honest with us, yes, because most of the youth are confused right now. Did you ever felt lost in your 20s? Like when you were in your 20s, was there a time like you felt lost, like you didn't know what exactly you wanted? Like you were thinking of so many things, because that is the situation most of the youth find themselves in. At the age of 20, it's like family wants them to do something else. They also want something different for themselves. And sometimes too, you are being pushed into something because of, let's say, the where we are from, our background does not allow us to do certain things. Did you ever felt lost in your 20s that you didn't know exactly what you wanted?
For me, in my 20s, I was a professional teacher. I had completed training college, so I was teaching.
Okay.
So I was enlightened then. So to be lost, no. But I had exactly an idea of who I wanted to be and what I wanted to become.
Okay.
So even though I was teaching, I was still making preparations to continue my education. But then in my 20s, my father died.
Oh.
So money to go to school became an issue. And then I started thinking, how would I be able to fund my education if I should stop teaching? I spoke to friends about it, and most of them discouraged me. They told me that, hey, even now in the country we live in, most people find it difficult to get jobs after they complete university.
Right.
You have a job, you are a trained teacher, a professional teacher, getting salary at the end of the month in your 20s, and you are thinking of leaving it to go and do an entirely different thing. It's a bad idea. So basically that became a lot of thoughts.
Right.
And at that point, there was a mistake I almost did. In fact, I met a girl that I so loved the girl that I felt that at this point, I can give up my whole dream and marry this girl.
Oh,
Oh yes. In fact, well, that time I was a professional teacher. I was getting salary at the end of the month.
right.
And then this girl has come into the picture, and I so loved it that, oh no, this is my world. I mean, I'm ready to settle down. You see, so considering the fact that my father had died, there was no money for me to continue. I have to be fending for myself and all that. This girl has also come into the picture that has gotten my heart, and
Right.
at that point, I felt like maybe Charlie, I have to settle for this girl.
Right.
So I kept on dreaming until one pharmacist took the girl away from me.
The pharmacist had money. Yeah.
I had money. And that's how I will trap up my teacher in the then now. What they are saying.
Right.
So when you took her away from me, then I started thinking. So I went to the room one night. I was sitting down, and then I remembered. Oh, I had already prepared my documents. I wanted to go to school.
Right.
Now
the course.
Yeah. So basically, that is
Amazing.
what happened in my 20s,
Amazing.
yeah.
So I want to get to this angle here. So most of the youth in our current age, especially some of our ladies, most of us we want things softly. We don't want to get out of our comfort zone. We don't want to do things that will put us out of our comfort zone. And as a matter of fact, most people think you can get it soft if you want it soft. Now, before I come to that question, I want to ask you this: how important do you think skill is to people or to the youth currently? How important is a skill to us?
Yes, in fact, skill is your tool for survival. You see, the school that we are going and all the education that we are getting, the most important thing is that we should be able to get a skill at the end of the day. So if you look at the definition of education, we say a total process of human learning by which knowledge is imparted,
Right.
faculties trained,
Right.
skills developed, and a permanent change in behavior. These are the definition of education.
Right.
So it means if you complete your university education and you have no skill, you are not complete. If there is no permanent change in behavior, education is not complete.
Right.
And therefore, having a skill will become your lifesaver. Let me give you an example. After I left teaching, I resigned to go to University of Mines and Technology. After being trained as an engineer, after my national service, I didn't get a job.
Okay.
I had to go and stay in the house for nearly 3 years.
3 years.
Yes. And when I was in the house, I was by the roadside repairing television and electronic machines. So you will see me in my dress, very dirty, because I'm out for the TV, but no trouble.
Right.
Very dirty on the roadside, repairing, taking 20 CDs, 30 CDs every day and all that. And in fact, that was what saved me. Otherwise, I would have just been helpless in the house doing nothing. But with that, whilst I was waiting to get something better to do, I was on the roadside repairing, getting something that I could feed on data, getting something to feed myself and all that, so that I wouldn't be a burden. So in fact, skill is very important. And for me, my two sisters, all of them, after on vacation, they will go and then learn. So one was learning how to do wig, makeups and all that.
Right.
And then the other was also learning how to sew materials.
Right.
So by the time they graduate from university, they also have a skill that when the strike becomes so hard, they will be able to survive on. So skill is
very important. In fact, if it wasn't for that skill, you would have starved around that time. Right. So most of the times we say that we are fortunate to have to be in a time where social media it's everywhere, that we can easily put things together and then within seconds we are out there. Now music creators, musicians don't even have to do so much promotion. TikTok is there for them, YouTube is there for them. They can just shoot and then all of a sudden they are out there. Now, do you think social media has come to help us, or it is making us more confused as a youth? Because some people are using the social media for good things and it is ruining the lives of other people as well. So do you think social media is something that has come to help us, or it is making us more confused?
All right, so it depends on the angle you look at it from. And to every good thing, there is also a bad thing. And it depends on the individual how you want to use it.
Right.
For example, when we take technology, people are saying technology have come to harm humanity. But technology have also made others billionaires.
Right.
Now, what these social media creators sought to do was that they have been able to, bring the whole world together. So at first, your behavior and the things you do were mostly influenced by your immediate environment.
True.
And where you stay. But now you have the opportunity to be able to explore the whole world. And even you can sit in Ghana and still sell products to people in Nigeria.
Right.
You can sit in Ghana and then hear what is happening in the United States of America, have friends and all that. And you can do a whole lot of things. So to me, social media has been an avenue that has brought the world much more together, and they have been able to bring so much things so closer to us that if you lay your hands on them, you will be able to do it. The youth will have to use it positively rather than dwelling on the negativities, because now, because of social media, all kind of behaviors are also available on the media.
Right.
And people may show pride in demonstrating those kind of behaviors and all that.
True.
So it depends on your mental toughness. And I always tell people, your life from now will be determined by how tough your mental is. If you are easily influenced by
I wanted to repeat that again.
Yes. So your life from today will be dependent on how tough your mental is. Because if your friends tell you, oh, let's go and have some drinks, and then you just go and, oh, me, I don't take alcohol, they will influence you, take alcohol.
True.
You are mentally weak. You understand? You have to be mentally tough, and you have to be able to know what you want and what you don't want.
Right.
For example, as I sit here, I'm a happy person.
Right.
I've never taken in alcohol. And I don't want to take in alcohol because I think I have everything I need to have in life. People are saying alcohol gives them happiness.
Yes.
But me, I'm
Alcohol
already
has a
happy
big-
in my head. So I don't need alcohol. You understand?
Right.
So you just have to know what you want and be strong in it. What you think you don't need, don't take it. Otherwise, you would find yourself wanting. Yeah.
Right. So still on the social media topic here. Do you think everyone or every youth, let me make it that way, every youth, we have to get a social media presence? Do you think there is the need for every youth to get a social media presence, or it is just for some certain crop of people?
Okay, so now your social media capital is your wealth. That is the generation we have moved into it. You see, we had an era where the radio stations and the TV stations determined who become a star,
Right.
and who gets the exposure.
Right.
But now we are in the social media era where even your phone alone can make you a star.
True.
You understand? So it is a must for everybody to get a social media handle.
But some people are saying they don't have to get. Some people will create anonymous accounts and then just go there and watch. And these people are youth too. And sometimes you meet some people and you know that they have the capacity, they have the capability, they can actually be on the media and then create something. Some people are having business, some youth are having businesses and other stuff, and they are not even thinking of putting them out there on social media. So I really want you to amplify that side for me very well.
Yeah, so you see, social media came when I was like, in 2010, there was no social media. Facebook has started coming. It wasn't as popular as we used to know. I think 16 years down the line, Ghanaians are still adjusting to social media. Those of us who jumped onto social media 10 times, we received numerous calls, numerous counsels. Stop social media, reduce your social media presence, do this, because it is so alien to them that they haven't realized the potential in social media. You see, when Elon Musk decided to buy Twitter, people were like, how would a tech giant like Elon Musk go after Twitter and buy Twitter? They didn't know what he wanted to do with Twitter. But whoever controls social media now controls the mind of people. Because when you are angry, you go on social media and you pour your heart out. When you have any feeling, when you have any thoughts, you go on social media and then you put it there.
Right.
Think about someone with the ability to be able to alter your thoughts. Someone with the ability to be able to influence what you think. It's a very powerful tool.
Yes.
An extremely powerful tool.
True.
And now you can go on live and then have thousands of people joining the live and listening to you. unlike maybe at first, if you are a pastor, you have a very few congregation, people sitting down listening to you.
Right.
And you have the opportunity to meet tens of thousands of people on social media.
Right.
And therefore, what it means is that it's a very powerful tool and an extremely powerful tool. People say Trump became president in 2024 because of social media, and it is true. When you have the owner of Twitter rallying behind you, he will show only your ass to the rest of the world. And therefore, that is the era we are moving into. A time will come if you ghost yourself and you are not present on social media, there are a lot of things that you won't be able to even do. Because now, even when you are applying for jobs, they encourage you to go on LinkedIn.
Right.
You understand? So LinkedIn is like a live CV. So all your details and everything is on LinkedIn. So when you see a job and you want to apply, you just click on apply. And then LinkedIn will send all your details there. So imagine all companies get fully automated. And then you are to interview for a job and you say you don't have social media account.
Yeah.
Now, I can tell you with 100% certainty that where I work, all interviews are 100% online. Yes, 100% online. So video talking like this. So if you've never gotten onto social media, if you've never used video conferencing, if you've never gone on live before,
put camera on yourself.
And you understand.
Yeah.
A lot of people were complaining that they just ended aptitude test for the security agencies. They were having difficulties in completing it.
Right.
They were having difficulties because they are not so used to the camera being set on you, corresponding like that. They are not used to it.
Yeah.
And it is high time people get used to the new normal. Because your social media, how do we call it? Capital is your wealth.
Right. So back then, like you said you didn't have this level of exposure as far as social media is concerned and everything. Do you think it made life easier for you, or it made life harder for you?
In fact, sometimes I would have been a star. Maybe me and my senior brother, we would have been stars if social media were present at that time. At the age of 8, 9, we were repairing watches. At schools.
8, 9.
Yes, 8, 9 years. We were repairing watches and then taking money.
How were you able to learn that skill at
Yes,
a very
my father
young age?
taught us. My father, knew how to do it.
Right.
So at that very young age, when we set a table at St. Monica's Training College, people used to come and then watch us in amusement. And sometimes people would just go on their refuse dump and then pick radios and then bring it to us just to test us to see, say, so imagine that time we had social media. We would have blown and then we'll be all over the media.
Right.
And then also, you see, there was a time I didn't have money to buy a calculator. I went to the refuse dump of St. Monica's Senior Secondary School. I was just looking through. In fact, it was normal then time. Only na mbola na so hu ade bia papa no wafa. Waka kusi na wafa. It me call a calculator near YMC. So there were the engine part and then the battery side. No say calculator why will be.
Yeah.
It's not battery side no na anyhow. So I just picked the engine, replaced it with a radio. A 2-1C. It's not made the batteries I can see, and I batteries too. No, I'm the shame. It used to me calculator. When I sent it to school, people were so surprised. People used to come to my class to see the kind of calculator I was using. The teachers were happy and all that. So you can imagine that time if there were social media. Anka, we would just have gotten some people to come and even donate calculators to me. People would even take me. You see, So basically, social media in this era. Social media has a very good.
So would you say we've gotten more opportunities or more distractions?
Yes, you've gotten more opportunities. More opportunities. Because now social media has made a lot of people stars. DJ, what's the name of that little girl? She's Switch is now schooling the United States of America because of the media.
Yeah.
You understand? Amaya boy, I think 3 days ago I saw her in London. You see, it's because of social media. Because get on a talent or one, ABN go call radio station, be more talent. One me na mean display could be but just by the power of a phone, she's a star now. So you have you sit with a lot of potential. You sit with gold. You just have to know how to use it.
So this question is very important to me, and most of the young people are depressed because of this. Now, if someone is still in their 20s and they are struggling, is it normal or it's a problem? If someone is still in their 20s and they are still struggling in life, they are not financially stable, they are not able to put things together, is it a normal thing that they're supposed to keep working hard to achieve a certain aim, or it is a problem?
For Ghana and Africa, it's very normal.
Right.
Because in Africa, before you even get on your toes to be able to start doing something, you should be 30 and above. But some people are lucky to have it very cool early enough. Sometimes maybe 23, 24, they will complete university and then they will get the opportunity to have a job. And that is okay for them. But at 20, you are still figuring out how to make it in life. And therefore, struggling is very normal. But struggling with a plan is excellent. But struggling without any plan is a hopeless
I like
situation.
that.
Yeah.
Struggling with a plan.
Yes.
Struggling with, please write that down. Struggling with a plan. Don't just go and struggle for no reason. Like, struggle with a plan. So when you're struggling, you should know that at least I have an aim, I have a plan. So my struggles are towards this. I'm not just moving about struggling anyhow. That is very, very deep, because most of the young people right now are depressed because they feel like, I'm in my 20s, I don't have money. And most of the youth are depressed because almost somewhere girls come on and they don't have money, and the girls will be asking them for money, and they are confused and they feel like I'm supposed to figure things out. And especially when they see their mates doing better than them, and then at the age they are feeling so depressed and they feel like things are just going down for them. But then I like the fact that you've clarified it for us that it is normal, especially in that part of the world, and you have to struggle with a plan. That one will make more sense than you just struggling anyhow. Have there ever been a point where you doubted yourself in anything? Like you were about to do something, or you were getting into something and you doubted yourself, like, I did wait there.
Yes, in fact, as a human being, you always come across that particular point. You see, I told you when I was leaving teaching and going to school, I had a lot of people telling me it's not a smart idea. You understand? Now, here I am, completed university, completed national service without any job. And you don't have a job, you can't also go back to the job you used to do because you've already been terminated.
Right.
So you will stay in the house, and then sometimes you will get some of these same friends who came to you to tell you not to go, coming to tell you, see a catch you. You kind of be a sabin kakrachi nipa, I want him kwanje, So sometimes if you are not careful, it will get to you. And then you may think, say, did I make a wrong calculation? And always be anayana mekase, you need to be mentally tough.
Right.
And you need to be aware of your situation and then make a decision. And then when the bad time comes, you need to psych your mind that I'm going to stay by my decision. Because, for example, I knew that it's difficult getting a job after university. So when I was quitting, I knew and I prepared, say, a day like that will come. And when the day came, whilst I was still at the roadside repairing machines, I was so psyched up that it's a chance I took. You say if they are far enough, I'm far enough, no lie. But what really hit me hard was the death of my mother. Along that misery, then my mother died. So it was one of the biggest blow. One of them. So at a point, you just feel like giving up because brow brain now crying. It didn't yield any results. So,
right.
So it's a very difficult situation. But you see, as human being, you always find reasons. So sometimes at that time I look at myself and I say, no, I can't give up at this time because I'm the second born. And then I have kids behind me. At that time my youngest kid was around 10 years or so. So if me at this stage I couldn't hold up, then what would that kid do? If I think of suicide and if I do something to myself, I'm a coward. I have run away because I couldn't fight life.
Right.
You see, life is war. When they say life is war, I tell you, it is fight. Like, it's fight. So you get to a point that you psych up your mind that, no, this thing is a fight. If I don't put up a fight, I'm going to lose the fight. So also no see why we don't push a chale. And whenever you put up a fight, you win ultimately. Two na man will be who ever say uncle how would that, but Charlie, I tell you
now. Let me get to finances. Now, the first question I want to ask you on the finances, must everyone save? As a youth, must everyone save, or you have to get to some point before you start saving?
Yeah, sometimes you only need to survive. So everything you get, all that you need to do is to, number one, take very good care of yourself. Eat well and survive. The time for you to be able to save will come. So, for example, when I was sitting by the roadside repairing machines,
Right.
it got to a point that I told myself that no, Wagsy, you need to take care of yourself. I just have to be able to make sure I don't contract any illness whilst hustling. And then when the sun starts shining, you will die and then leave it away.
Right.
You understand? Because at that time, the money I was earning wasn't enough to be able to build me a house. You understand? Or to buy a land. And I don't have to stress myself that much. So all that I needed was that the amount of money that I was getting, was it able to service me? As in getting data to be updated with what is happening online, being able to get some, as a guy to run my own things, and then being able to get some to buy my own food so that it wouldn't be a burden onto my family. Because at that time, my senior brother was sorting the family.
Right.
So I didn't want to add on to his burden. So if I want to be independent, then it means that there are certain little things with me that I need to be able to cater for myself. And at that time, I don't have to save. So you don't put so much stress on you. Otherwise, if you don't earn enough and then you want to focus on saving too much, you will end up malnourishing yourself, and then you can contract a very big illness and then die. So at a point in life, all you need to do is survive.
Okay.
Just survive. And then whilst you are doing it and you have a plan and you are moving forward and all that, the time will come that even if you started saving to make nonsense out of all the things you did, because the money will come. You just have to have a plan. Money will come.
So at some point, you have to survive. All you have to think about is survival.
Yes.
But then when you get to a point where you have to start saving, you will know that point will come.
Yes, you will know. And then also, you see, when you are able to manage 1,000 cities, it means when you get 10,000, you'll be able to manage it. But if you're unable to manage 1,000 cities, if you get 10,000, you can't manage it. You see, I have dealt with a lot of people. The number one biggest problem of Africans and Ghanaians is money management. You understand? Sometimes impulse buying. I get money, I don't need this phone, but I feel like just getting a phone.
Right.
And then within 4 or 5 days, the money is consumed. You have to be very wise with money. You have to be very wise with money. So sometimes when you are spending money, you spend what wouldn't take. For example, I'm 1,000 cedis earner, and then you take your 1,000 cedis and then you give 500 cedis to a girl. No, I mean that is your life. Protect it. You understand?
Right.
So there are certain you just have to know how to manage money. And if you are able to live with 1,000 cedis, I tell you, when 10,000 cedis come, it will be so huge to you that you can't spend. For example, when I got my job after national service, when I got my next job, my first salary was able to last me for like 6 months. In fact, the salary was so huge that I didn't know what to do with the money. Because that time, me trapping with 100 Ghana, 200 Ghana.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So, said I realized, okay, fine. I have gotten money. I don't have to start living big. I could have just bought a car within 3 months. I could have built a house within 6 months.
Right.
But I was hiring a boys' quarters as at 120 Ghana cedis. Meaning for 3 and a share washroom. What I say? I was trekking. Sata man talk out. We on my work as your program one. And so that time I'm your supervisor.
Amazing. Why were you doing that though?
No, because you see, at that time, my thinking said, Charlie, I need to set a very solid foundation. You understand? Otherwise, you have gotten a job now. You start raising your expenses up to your salary. What it means is that you go back to square zero.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
But when you started getting the new future, what it means is that make sure you set a very solid foundation. Number one, when I was in the house, I was thinking that, okay, if I had lands, I could have just gone into farming. I could have just done this. I could have just done that. So when I got money, that was the things that I started doing.
Right. So let's end the financial stuff. But then before we finish with that one, what is that one advice you give to that one financial advice you give to every youth out there?
Don't live to impress. Don't impress her. Give a fuck about nothing. See, today, let a scandal break. My videos could be out there. People will be trolling me on the media. let me die tomorrow. People will just write RIP. 1 week, everybody has forgotten about you. Life goes on. So don't give a fuck about anybody. In fact, don't care about what people, because see, you are the architect of your own life.
Right.
You are the only one who knows where you are going. And therefore, so long as you have a plan, you will face a lot of criticism. The person is just viewing things from his or her own point of view, not from your point of view. But you are the one knowing where you want to go. And you just have to be mentally tough and then know when to take an advice and know when not to take an advice. So you just have to be able to identify that and then live by that.
Right. So if you are still tuned in, it means you're enjoying this conversation, and I would please entreat you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, like, comment, share for more exciting episodes. This is Full Minds Podcast. If you're a youth and trying to figure life out, this is a space for you that you're supposed to come and then continuously listen to information that's going to help you elevate. Now, so let's get to this side. We're about to end the episode though, but then we want to hear this last words from you. That what's one thing you wish you knew earlier in life? That one thing that you wish you knew earlier.
I wish school had taught me about money. You understand? Like at first, when you know I'm a Tim's lover, like I'm wearing Tim's, and
Right.
yeah,
Timberland shoe.
yes. When I was a teacher, at that time, my salary was 280 cedis a month in 2008, 2009.
Right.
2009, yeah. I could take my salary and then buy one Tim's, because at that time, Tim's was around 280. My whole 1 month whole salary, I would just go and use it to buy
When
Tim's.
did you Tim's in the hole?
You understand? And at that time, you see, when you go to school, we teach you how to become an engineer, how to become what. But school never teaches you about money. You understand? And with money, it is very easy to get money, but it is extremely difficult to be able to hold on to money. You understand?
Yeah.
So sometimes, you maybe I can give you like 100,000. You won't sleep the whole day.
For sleep, they always sleep.
And then, and then sometimes, you just feel like now you can buy the whole world.
That's
You understand?
true. Yes.
You need steeze and composure. Sometimes, you can have a lot of money to do a lot of things, but you just have to learn to just watch and then you just behave like you don't have, and then just live normal. Well, money is very tricky. If you get it, you need to be able to hold on to it. Otherwise, you will lose it. And when you get money and you lose it, your life never becomes the same. Sometimes people have ended their life because of that. And it's the difficulty to hold on to. It's easy to get money. Getting money is so easy. But maintaining money,
the most difficult part.
the most difficult thing.
Right.
So I wish I had, in fact, our education had dedicated some part to teach us about money. But unfortunately, it is something you need to learn the hard way.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
As life goes on, you learn it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is one habit that you think every youth currently should build? One habit that every youth currently in this dispensation, it is very important they build.
Yes, learn the habit of learning from people. Right.
Right. I think you've answered my next question with
Yes.
this one too.
Learn from me. Say your home. When you carefully go through people I follow, you will know how I think. You understand? When I like you, I will never envy you. I will love you, like I will just follow you. Me too was say binya message say Elon Musk akoma speech, I will just listen. In Ghana, nipa man messing his speech that JJ Rawlings. And I liked him for one thing. He taught me, say, when you have confidence, having confidence alone gives you 40% assurance of success. Confidence alone.
Confidence.
Yes. So if you can speak confidently and you have confidence and you can't easily be intimidated, you are already 40% successful.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So I was about to ask you about, I think you've answered it already, but I was about to ask if people must always go through things to learn, or must people experience things to learn, or they can sometimes learn from the experiences of other people. So do you think that experience is the best teacher, or sometimes looking at people's experiences, you can also learn and then save yourself?
Yeah, so the easiest way to learn is to ask. You understand? You don't have to experience anything. In fact, you don't have to experience Wagsy's girlfriend being taken away from him. You understand? You don't have to experience your mother dying. Like, you see, you just have to build on the experiences of people. So if you are somebody who can easily learn from the downfall of people, you can succeed. Because, for example, I have built an experience up to maybe this level of the table. If you want to build on this experience, you can project into the sky. But if you now want to start from down, by the time you get to this table level, you may not even survive it. You understand?
Right.
So the best way to succeed is to learn from the experiences of other people. If you want to go through, you are only wasting your time when you can easily ask. And then one thing that really helped me was I like reading history a lot.
Right.
I'm a science student, but my father was a historian, so he used to tell us history. And after the death of my father, I still read history. And history lets you know what our forefathers did, how they used to think, how they used to do their things and all that. You understand? And it is because of history I entered into farming.
Right.
Because I got to realize that during the Second World War, when the rest of the world was fighting, United States of America was busy planting food for them. So whilst you were fighting, you will need food. They were giving you food to eat. And at the end of the war, US was the richest country in the world.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So when COVID came, whilst people were in their houses looking for shelter and all that, I just realized, okay, say COVID, so I started farming. You understand? So you just have to learn from the experiences of other people. One guy's up as all famua. Oh, massa. Why you crowd won't survive? What has it?
Right. So getting a bit close to you, I've realized some things about you. You can multitask. I've seen you multitask a couple of times, and sometimes I'm like, bro, how is he doing this? How is he even in the first place? Aside the work you do, your profession, you're also the board chairman of Air Dreams Entertainment. Sometimes you give the scripts, you direct, you do all these things, and you have other things you're running. Why aren't you just focused on one thing? Why are you? Because based on what you said, the work you're doing can help you survive till the rest of your life or something. You're okay. Why are you also putting your assets and your time into other things as well, not just focused on just that one thing that is making you money and just focus on that one?
Okay, so in life, we have something that gives you money and something that gives you joy. You understand? The ones we do for money, we do it for the sake of survival.
All right.
But the ones we do for joy, those are the memories you carry with you when you die. You understand? If you pay attention to most of the stories I write for you to shoot, you realize that I am actively teaching. You understand? There are certain things you can't call people in a classroom like this and teach them.
Right.
But you can put it in a movie, in an act for people to learn. And when people are learning, you are able to reach thousands and thousands and thousands of people. In fact, I love teaching because being part of the people who are raising the next batch of generation is so amazing. You determine how the future would be like, and you can tell how you want the future to be.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
But leaving teaching to do engineering, you understand? But remember what you wanted to really do. So whilst you are doing this, my true pointer, I can make me also come now forever.
Yeah.
So what I say. Yeah. So every individual, you need to learn how to be able to multitask. My greatest mentor, Elon Musk, I always mention his name. Elon Musk is the CEO of more than 6 companies in the world. And all these companies are top tier world companies. He was the CEO of Twitter, SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink, OpenAI, Gigafactory, Boring Company, like 7 companies. He's the CEO of all these companies. And he even accepted an appointment from Donald Trump to become the director for DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency.
Right.
And he does all of these with excellence. You understand? So any individual, you need to be able to learn how to multitask. You need to plan your time and then say, so okay, fine. This is what I want to do within this time. Time, no so yeah, you move on. And then if we come say by plan, so okay, from 12 to 2 o'clock, I'll be at the interchange, baby, or more painting. I was there, I directed a lot of things, fixing police here and there. We were about 2, I moved car, come to Sunyani. Yeah, we your friend is practice.
Yeah.
Yes, at your airport. We are Miss Alcohol before.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So being able to multitask brings a lot of money to us. Because you can do a lot of things at the same time. Yeah.
Right. So we are getting to the end of today's session. In fact, it's been a very intriguing conversation. I think if you've watched to the end, you've probably learned a lot. And I'm sure since you like it, you definitely subscribe, comment you like, and then you share it to your friends to also join the community. This is Fuel Minds podcast powered by Earth Dreams Entertainment. And on today's episode, I am here with Enoch Otiamponsa, popularly known as Wagsy 100 billion.
See, I want to make this point. Later youth are making fun of people, successful people lately. They are not learning. And for example, people can just say, "Oh, I started my poultry farm with 2x."
Yes.
You see that motivational speeches.
They're
They
laughing
are
at
missing
them.
a point. The point they are missing is that every single one of them started from somewhere.
Right.
And whilst they were actively doing it, they will encounter people who will change their course. That part of the story wouldn't be told. But the most important thing is that you need to start. You understand? Despite was selling cassettes. So people are, oh, better talk cassette and yes, but whilst actively selling the cassette, something happened. But those things that will happen, you need to be in to be able to know it. Where and your information behind your team to one thing.
Right.
And then your mind the beyond also you're matured enough to consume certain information. To me say I thought that say people are catching uncle for me filter. Because one way you may be tempted to think they think like you, but oh boy, you understand. There was a time me started a Juma in 2019. Na ye din komo me kan me salary ameje kire me squad ni bi omu di matem sere me oh boy Wagsy ade yeah so in fact almost started cancer and I withdrew. Me aminua Trebler, do the Dr. Chi.
Yeah,
Albert.
Yeah.
I was telling him to do something. Up upon it too. So it got to a time. Me the man no catch anyone believe it. Got to a time. Or to one man I'm printing me payslip and I'm the cocotone in. Far payslip no way. Wagsy. Hey! He started shouting. Or where we are, I'm Jeffrey in them. Now me call him, me fro car, and me barber share soon, and me yema. Trebler started calling me day and night. Because now he was so motivated to do what I was telling him to do. Because now the man no catch there now. Now do no entimin drew and audience be a person Argentina.
Yeah.
Me kuano. But on the at least I am a brass, so I had to open up things to him.
Right.
So what I say.
Right.
And before say obi be so actually no, you need to be able to demonstrate certain qualities.
True.
And where as you can find they are very observant. And before they point at you, say, "Who near choose you?" No, they say, "You go for a shout free straw." What did I say?
True.
Before say, "You better point you no." You didn't say, "Be serious." So say, "Who near choose you?" No. Then say, "Why exhibit some consistent character?" Who's our determination. To one my be one my whole brand no be a catch us said there be phone with our fan fatwa the better say one your break point. I'm making it through no one. What do I say? So in some happen. But in maybe one my own wow. You catch your crowd when you need.
Right, quickly. Let me ask you this follow-up question. How important is risk taking to us right now? Because some people fear to take risk.
The higher the risk, the higher the returns. But make sure you take calculated risk. Me dey be American risk ebetimi dey watum ebeje freedom every winsem never take it. Risk ebetimi amu aboda ebe say your mental state and I say ebeye never take it. But risk utimu se betimi project higher. Oh, never be afraid. Okwana ko lose you at least you know say you tried. Me dey be I shall dream. Madam be an attack and what 30-50 cent per. Was it get rich or die trying?
Right.
I've
heard that before.
Say one try ube blaming who say I did we cry to me say thought I'm a interview home. I prepare. Because me person me kwa na ma blame me who say man prepare na me kwa interview. I'll prepare, go and deliver. Manya, meaning say I tried my best. That alone is a healing for my mind.
True.
Yeah.
Right. So before we end, one last question before we end. If you're to meet the 20-year-old Waxy Billion right now, what would you tell him? If you're to meet a 20-year-old Waxy Billion right now, what would you tell him that we end today's episode?
I would tell Waxy that, in fact, your actions brought you where you are. So when you have an opportunity to make similar decisions, go ahead and take that risk. Don't be so comforted by your comfort. Don't be so much happy within your comfort zone. Do what you need to do to be able to survive. Because there are so many things I did that I reflect on them and I'm so happy about that. I don't know, because I always say that my mother taking me to see that my uncle was an eye-opener for me. And to me, it's a turning point of my life.
Right.
Because seeing him, I just wanted to be like him. And I think that motivated me a lot. So you just have to see people, be motivated to be like them. Right. And whilst you aspire to be like them, sometimes you can even be more than them and surpass them. Yeah.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching today's episode. Yes, that is the first episode of Mindful. When we say mindful, you say fuel your mind, change your life. I'm sure you've enjoyed this episode. My name is Nane Ebo, of course, with double H at the back, aka Mr. Good News. When you hear my name, you know that I'm bringing good news to the people. This episode was powered by Earth Dreams Entertainment. Make sure you like, you share, you comment, you subscribe, and follow us for more exciting content. I was here with Enoch Otinyamponsa, aka Waxy Billion, who is the elder brother of the Ashanti Regional Minister. I forgot this information earlier, but yes, I go for you cheap. I say I go for bad there. That's it. I say thank you very much for watching.